Happy New Year. I want to ask you, what is the number one thing that will move the needle forward? And what is the number one distinction that makes all the difference for you in 2022? The things that will actually make your goals happen. I've been thinking about this for quite some time and many years now. And it all comes down to healthy boundaries. Are you surrounded by crazy people? Are you surrounded by people who want to, who don't have goals that are aligned with your own, who waste your time? I wouldn't even go down that rabbit hole too far, but what I say is this is why in a world of living around with and working with and delegating to and all that with other human beings, all different types of human beings, they have all different types of agendas and they have emotions and emotions that can change any second of the day. And a lot of people have a lot of ideas. So how do you install healthy boundaries? Well, one thing you can do is create a framework and a structure. So it's something I'm working on right now. On New Year's Day, I'm going through all my goals, finances, budgets, boundaries, all types of things. And so one thing is conditioning everybody around you. This is just a total example. And let's say Wednesday nights from 6 until 10 p.m. or from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. or it could be all day Wednesdays. Let everybody know and put them all on notice that anybody tries to contact you on Wednesdays, it's a waste of time because you're not going to pick up. And you got to adhere to that and stick to that. And you're not allowed to contact anybody on Wednesdays because that's the day maybe you might work on some specific dream project of yours. That's when you might do analytics or projections or budgets or whatever you do. Now, if you have a day job or a day business that you're working on, maybe it's Wednesdays from 6 p.m. until midnight. Nobody talks to you. That's when you go to the Starbucks or the coffee shop or the diner. You put on your headphones and bring your laptop, or you go sit out in your car or in your truck. And everybody knows on Wednesday nights, that's when you go work on your magnum opus or your new book that you're writing, or you're taking a new online course and you're really buckling down and you're serious about this thing and you're doing it every Wednesday night. For me, I have this thing we've had date night every Tuesday night with my wife. We've had like 265 consecutive date nights. We haven't missed a couple when I was traveling around the country speaking, or one time she was really busy in her business, but I'm talking like since 2016, my wife and I have only missed maybe 3 date nights. And we eat dinner at the dinner table every single night around 6:30 p.m. together. We never miss it. Every Saturday morning, I do Saturday finances. Actually, it happens to be Saturday. I'm just wrapping up finances right now. And so you have these things. So now, when I talk about healthy boundaries, a boundary, there's different types. There's one where you could, if somebody wants to call you and they want to, cry and complain about their problems. This might be somebody you love. You could be like, well, you can give them a minute or two of that, but then you got to take the knife of truth and cut through all the noise and be like, hey, I really love you and I care about this situation, but I'm at work right now. Or you don't even pick up the phone during work hours, right? If you study kind of like Brene Brown, she wrote the book The Power of Vulnerability. She talks about like a real friend and somebody who really loves you will stay with you as you talk and cry out your entire problem all the way to the end, and then be with you and be present no matter how long it takes, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, 3 hours, until you get full resolution on the thing. And I believe that we are very under-evolved as a species. We're very spiritually immature, and we should be able to stand in the face of truth and love and pain and suffering and stand in presence with each other while we're going through things. And if we did that and we really cared about, if we love other people as much as we say we do, we wouldn't continue to let them suffer. We wouldn't stick our heads in the sand. And because we have this commercial interest of, keep up with the Joneses, make money, the superstition of the materialism, we are preoccupied with our own survival and our own wants and needs. And a lot of the time, when you bend over backwards and you help other people, you have to do it with wise discernment, and you have to do it with your guard up, because there are people who will full out take advantage of your good faith. They'll take advantage of you. If you try to help them, they'll just use it as a reason to continue drinking or doing drugs or whatever you're going through. So it takes a high level of maturity yourself. It's easy for me to sit here and say that you should have healthy boundaries. It's way more complex than that. It's not easy. But what I'm talking about is leaning in the direction of having healthy boundaries. I just got off the phone with somebody who I love literally 15 minutes ago. I'm very busy right now, and I love this person, and they called me, or I called them back, and they had this whole emotionalized epiphany of this idea. It was a good idea, but they wanted to unload this whole idea on me for 15 minutes straight, and then try to get me to take responsibility for this idea and go out and spend my time and energy and money and then be fully responsible for this idea, all for somebody else who we're not even sure if they actually want this thing or this idea. And this person literally tried to get me to put the turd on my plate and be totally responsible and accountable and on the hook just because they had an idea. And this person has a different idea literally every other day like this, about once a week. And so people will try to call you up and get you all involved and hyped up and into their ideas. And so you give them a no. And then this person tried to guilt trip me and argue with me because I wouldn't entertain their idea. So another thing is you learn, don't be responsible for other people's happiness. You're not responsible for other people's happiness. If you're constantly feeling guilty and on the hook and ashamed because I just fucking was beating a dead horse. You may come across as an asshole at first. Oh, I'm fired up. I gotta go. I'm leaving, getting off this video. I'm going back down and I'm writing my goals and I'm instilling healthy boundaries. Structured. It's done.